Which animal do you think could be a great pet, but it's not common to see, and why? I drive trucks and I saw a man with a crow in his rig the other day. I was impressed to say the least. Capybaras, they seem chill AF. I am surprised hedgehogs haven't made the list. Salamanders are good. Fox, because they can't be house trained unless you domesticated them. Cheetahs. Ancient Egyptians used to sometimes keep them as pets. The main reason it's not done is that they are really hard to breed in captivity. If they were easier to breed, I suspect they would be fully domesticated by now. Redditors. They do not ask for food or anything else. Just a stable internet connection. A squirrel. But you know what they say. You can take the beast out of the wilderness, but you can't take the wilderness out of the beast. Armadillo girdled lizard. They look like mini dragons. Not very common cause they will need a separate enclosure which can maintain optimum temperature that they are used to. Lynx. Fluffy. Big. Cat. Possum. My aunt had one. He had free roam of the house and kind of acted like a cat. He would use his tail to hold stuff and he would drag his blanket around the house and bring it to bed. Bearded dragons. Lovable creatures that just like to chill and don't mind anything or anybody. You can pet them, hold them, even watch a movie with them, and it's very very rare for Beardy to actually bite. People just see lizard and automatically panic, when they can be amazing companion. That being said, you should do a ton of research before actually getting one, and it is quite expensive. Also, you don't have to mind feeding it insects. That's why I think beardies are not as popular of pets, at least where I live, but I can tell they are amazing. I've always wanted a sugar glider. They have the cutest faces. Cheetahs. They tame really easily, but they can't really breed in captivity. I would love to have a panda bear as a pet. They're so cute, clumsy and cuddly. I'll tell you what won't make a great pet. And that, my friends, is the pangolin. Rats. I had a pet rat when I was about 10 years old and it was the perfect pet for me. She came to the cage opening when I called and even went on walks with me on a leash on my shoulder. She was not very hard to look after and the cage was super easy to clean. Elephants. They are the best animals in the world. They are too big to keep at home. 1. A small pig. I have heard that they are quite playful and smart. 2. Foxes. They are extremely cute. They have a similar diet to cats and dogs. The only problem is that they make really weird, human-like, sounds. But I think I can get used to it. No, that isn't a song reverence. Owls. Maybe people don't wanna feed them rats at 3 a.m. but I don't sleep, so I'd be a good owl owner. I have seen somewhere on Facebook where someone posted their pet scorpion. That's pretty metal. I once saw a picture of a goth girl with raven on her shoulder just casually sitting in a train. I am incredibly jealous to this day. Sadly, it's actually illegal to own raven as a pet in my country, but I heard that one of our neighbors, Czech Republic, have it legal. A man can dream. Porcupine, because you need to be able to deal with the quills, but it's okay, they're so cute it's worth it. Quokkas, the cutest animal on earth. Google them. Ravens, skunks, red pandas, regular pandas, koalas, finnick and other foxes. But I wouldn't advise it. Those are all wild animals. Invisible hamsters. Hamsters are easy and fun, but they are not common to see because they are invisible. My mom has been begging me to get her an otter for 3 years. I have seen them as pets, though. The moat full of piranha. Platypus. So cute and full of personality. Typical smaller lizards you'd find in the lawn. I used to make friends of them when I was younger, and they'd follow me around because they like being pet. My whole adult life, I've been obsessed with the idea of owning a red panda. A kinkajou. I have one named Clyde. He's a good boy. They look like monkeys but they're related to raccoons. He's really sweet. He loves to be held and carried around on your shoulder. He can get very rambunctious sometimes. He's very playful with my weenie dog and cats. But if they're neglected, like any other pet, they can get aggressive. Only downside is that they're nocturnal and loud at night. He has a big cage and a bunch of toys to keep himself occupied. The sounds they make can sound like sneezing, chirping, or a really shrill barking. But overall very sweet and a great pet to have. I had a pet anteater growing up. It ate everything but ants. Capybara. They are essentially giant guinea pigs and are super chill. Definitely an otter, but I hear they're actually super aggressive if need be. But they're damn cute. If I were to die I wouldn't be opposed to a cute otter being the last thing I see lol. Kookaburras. Not like caged up, I just mean I want kookaburras to come visit me and maybe even let me pet them. Raccoons. I mean basically cat. If you're talking about wild animals then orangutans, but only if they're domesticated. They're intelligent and they seem more friendly than other monkeys, so I think there would be fun interactions between us. They're big and fluffy too, so you can snuggle with them at night. An actual uncommon-ish pet, pretty common in the reptile pet world, that I think is great emo as leopard geckos. I would have said snakes, but I've never had one, so IDK, but leopard geckos are adorable, quirky, and unique. They can have different personalities and are pretty fascinating. It might just be me, but I wouldn't mind looking at my leopard gecko hours on end, seeing what it likes to do in its enclosure, etc. Edit. Sorry, they're not monkeys. They're apes. Foxes. Saw a woman in Amsterdam with a pet fox. They are not allowed as a pet, except when you save them from things like abuse or dying. Was surprised to say at least. Anteaters. They can't kill you and can't eat you. And they eat ants. What a perfect combo. Pine martens. OMG, the videos of them that show up on Reddit. Cutest lil sweethearts ever. Snakes. They make such great pets. They don't require walks or training or playing with, and they won't chew up your shoes or steal your food. They don't require feeding every day and are super cool and unique pets. They're great. Check them out. A bearded dragon. I had one when I was about 9 or 10. I played with Copper every day, but only for about 10 to 15 minutes at a time. Later, when my family was thinking about moving, his leg puffed up, but we couldn't take him to the vet because of our financial situation. So right as we were packing our stuff to move, we had to give him to our neighbors, and I never heard of him again. I think we all know what happened, but quite frankly I don't want to know either. I love Copper so much that I even made a ceramic plate with him on it. I usually tell people that I miss him, and I'm sure he misses me too. I have a pet praying mantis. Everyone thinks Shifu is the coolest lil thing, and watching her hunt is really entertaining. Mantis are durable pets and only live roughly a year depending on the breed. Chinese mantis are the most durable, and you can order nymphs online. Alligators. If you tame it, you can scare the shit out of thieves who break in and hear your gator hissing at them. And we all know gators can eat people if they wanted to do. There's an added benefit. Disappointed to see no aardvark posts. I've seen people with foxes and others with monkeys. They both look pretty cool. I personally think that, like the wolf and the wildcat, humans could domesticate bears as well. I think it'd be awesome to have a selectively bred, curly-haired, fluffy, black bear 1/4 the size of those in the wild, running around my house. Definitely a parrot, because they'll do anything someone else does and it always ends up being hilarious. House rabbits maybe aren't super rare, but still not all that common. I have one, and he's basically a vegetarian cat, who sometimes eats my chargers. He poops in his litter box, he cuddles with me, he knocks down water cups, and he somehow takes up half the bed. Also he does tricks. Okay, all he's mastered is spin, but it's pretty cool. He's generally pretty friendly, too. Jumping spiders. I know that lots of people keep tarantulas, but jumping spiders are just different. I think a penguin will be a great pet though. Great white shark. Foxes. They are said to be behavioral mix of puppies and cats, easy to clean, and if cared for doesn't carry any harmful diseases. You can buy foxes for €250 in Bulgaria IRC. One time I actually saw someone walking a giant turtle at the park that had to have been at least 60 pounds. I've never seen a turtle more than a few pounds in my life, so I was very surprised. Ravens. They're very family-oriented, I think, plus they're really cool. A crow raven would probably be a pretty awesome pet. They're quite intelligent and would probably learn a lot of neat behaviors if you took it with you when you went places. Skunks are actually great pets. People are just afraid of their explosive anger. Goats are amazing, little animals and very smart. They aren't common pets because they need to graze, and I suppose because they're seen as livestock. Thanks for watching. See you later.